Hey everybody, my name is AJ Carr. I'm 14 years old, and I'm the owner of Building Bosses. Whoa, I've never been on the stage this big before. This is amazing. And statistically, I'm not supposed to be standing before you today. Let me tell you what I mean. I didn't grow up well off. In fact, my family never had money. All I've ever seen is struggle my entire life. My mom had me when she was 17. She dropped out of college when I was born. She didn't want us living in Chicago anymore, so she got an apartment here in Madison. Now, at this point, technically, my mom was still a kid with a kid. She didn't know how to take care of me. So she begged her mother, my grandma, to move out here to help with me. When my grandma moved here, my mom started working full time. My grandma took care of me while my mom worked. I spent so much time with my grandma, I called her mom. Things were great. We were slowly building our lives and moving in a positive direction. Then all of that changed. Thanksgiving 2004, my grandmother went back to visit for the holidays, but she never made it to Thanksgiving dinner. She was brutally murdered. My mom was 19 when her mom was murdered. We really struggled after that, moving from place to place, begging hotel managers to let us stay. At one point, we were even homeless, sleeping in the car, still begging hotel managers to let us stay. Anybody, really. But one thing about my mother, she's a fighter. She's strong. My mom always says, I was the one who made her strong. She says she looked at me and she knew that things would get better. And we kept our faith, and over the years, things got better. However, we continued to suffer through tragedies. My mom's younger brother, my uncle, was shot and killed by a stray bullet in Chicago. About a month later, my 16-year-old cousin was beat to death just walking home from school in Chicago. So, let's review. I'm a black kid who was born from an unmarried mom. She was a teenager. I was homeless. I lost multiple family members to violence. These are some of the things that statistically should hold back my growth and success, right? But I always had people around me that told me to say yes. My great-granddad was one of those people. He taught me so much about life. He taught me I had to believe in my dreams and say yes to myself. But the most important lesson he taught me was to give as much as you can before you leave this earth. Do all that you can to make a positive impact in this world. And say yes to myself. I never really thought about what all that meant until my granddad died. I was 11 years old, and I got on the plane all by myself to go speak at his funeral. I felt like he could hear me, and I knew that I wanted to do something that would help my community in some way. My life has been affected by violence and death. Madison isn't Chicago. Madison doesn't have as much gun violence as Chicago, but kids are hurting just the same. Many of the young people hurting young people are young people. Numerous studies show that Madison, Wisconsin is one of the worst cities for black children. One of the worst cities for black children. Those words really hit me hard. I had to look at my own life, my own experiences living in Madison. When I was just in fourth grade, a Madison school principal told me that I was a menace to society. Can you believe that? Me, a menace to society. I almost believed him, but I also met a few angels in Madison, Wisconsin. Those angels were people who reached out a hand to help us through those terrible times. Now, many of these people were strangers to us. They taught me to have hope. They taught me that they are people who genuinely care about you. On the surface, Madison is a great city. However, we still have a lot of work to do. If Madison, Wisconsin is one of the worst cities for black children, I had to ask myself, how can I help my peers? How? What do they need? This is why I started to start my own organization, Building Bosses. I want to teach my peers how to be entrepreneurs, how to recognize their own self-worth, and know how important it is, and also how to know how to serve their own communities, how to say yes to themselves, show them that they are not destined to be menaces to society. I want successful business owners to mentor each child in my program and show them how to be a boss. Now, I'm not talking about a boss like Rick Ross. Not the type of boss you hear about in rap songs. Y'all know what I mean. To me, the meaning of a boss is to build, own, serve, and succeed. We can all be bosses. Every kid in this room. We all have something that we love to do, something we're great at, something we can use to launch our own empire. All we need is guidance. In school, we're basically taught to grow up and work for someone else. Why? Young people are so intelligent and innovative. We need to make something of our own to make us proud of ourselves. We just heard about Facebook from a previous speaker. Did you know that the man who created Facebook actually launched Facebook 2 years after he graduated high school? A young man. Can you imagine what the city would be like if every kid had a mentor? Really, think about it. Someone to help them cultivate the talents that they already have. Someone to show them that they can accomplish anything they want. Not only will we have less violence, but we have a lot more successful kids to bring profit to the city. Please don't count us out. Say yes to us. Again, Madison is a great city, but we can't deny the racial disparities in the schools, in healthcare, and in the state prisons in this city. Some of you in this room may feel that Tony Robinson's shooting was justified, and that's okay. Not here to debate that. But we can't deny that his death divided this city. Why? We need to think about this. Even if you don't think it affects you, we are all neighbors, and we should care about why our neighbors are hurting. Simply because we're stronger together. People, mainly young people, are hurting because the young people, Tony Robinson was one of us. Tony Robinson was only 19, so he still had time to grow and learn from his mistakes. He could have grown up to be a successful leader in this city. We don't know. Allow us to be children. Allow us to make mistakes as human beings. Don't turn your backs on us if we do something you're not happy with. Choices we make that you might not agree with. We have to learn from our mistakes. But I'm asking you to allow us to learn. Woody Harrelson, Mark Wahlberg, and Bill Gates. All of these people were once young, and they were arrested because of the choices they made. All of these people are now successful businessmen. They were given a chance to live and to learn. That is what I'm asking of you. If we make mistakes, don't see us as criminals. See us as someone you can mentor, someone you can help go in the right direction. I challenge you to make mentoring a part of your life. Think back to what my granddad said. Give as much as you can before you leave this earth. If each of you in this room mentor one child, that would be so powerful. To the students, I'm talking directly to you. I want you to know that we, the young people, are going to be the ones to change this world. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. Look at me. I started my own business at 13 years old. I'm a paid actor. I've been on television shows like PBS's Mercy Street, Chicago PD from NBC, and I just booked a major role on Showtime. I just finished writing a children's book. Now, I'm not saying all this to brag. I'm saying this to make you understand that you are no different from me. You have to wake up every day and tell yourself that you're great. You have to believe it more than anyone around you. You have to believe that you're great. Even if you have to play a song every morning to get you pumped up. That's what I do. Every morning I listen to J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, or Tupac. It motivates me, gets me pumped up. That's what you have to do for yourself. Encourage yourself. Say yes to yourself. And know that there are people out there who you don't even know who want to help you be successful. All of my mentors are here with me today. One of them is the owner and creator of the Princeton Club, the best fitness center in the city. One of them is an amazing UW professor. One of them is a successful Latino business attorney who started from the bottom just like me. One of them, Mentor Positives, Will Green, love you, man. And one of them is one of those angels I speak of in Madison. She was a stranger who took me and my family into her home when we were homeless. I didn't know any of these people. They all offered to help me. And I promise you, there's someone out there for you like that. Some of them might be the business owners sitting here today. Now, to my business owners, there are so many young people who are just like me. Young people who want to make a difference in the community and be successful, but we need you. Please invest in the future. We are the future. We are your today and your tomorrow. Say yes to us. Thank you.